On to South Cape now. This is another 4-player map from Super Famicom Wars. This is a huge map. We don't have any air units, so we'll have to walk the whole way. Because there are rivers separating our HQs, we can't rely on sisters either. We've picked Merlinus again, partially for his cheaper units. This will help us take out Gonzales very early. But Merlinus is also the only CO in the game that can perform the strategy that I want to employ here. For this first section of the map, we'll just be building capturers and corsairs. They just need to get across the river quickly and start harassing the enemy's capturers. With no units to guard the enemy's knights, we can now take them out. You can interrupt the enemy from capturing those 3 properties, but we actually want them to capture them here. See, when the enemy builds units from its bases, capturers will go after the closest properties that aren't captured by them. And then any of the units have a chance to get a AO preset that follows the knights along the capture path. By allowing the enemy to capture these 3 properties, the AO will then shift his attention towards the properties down south, meaning that we have no resistance going towards the HQ. With the first part of this plan being a success, we can now move on to phase 2. We'll stay just outside of these units' ranges, and then we'll make our advances on the HQ next turn. And this is the point in the map where we start to build ocean dragons. With the huge river flowing through the middle of the map, our ocean dragons will be actually relevant this time. The only problem with ocean dragons is that they run out of fuel very quickly when dived. This is the main reason why we're picking Merlinus here. With his ability to resupply units, we won't have to worry about fuel. We just need to wait one more turn before we move in, so that the enemy's social knight can move away. The enemy has built its own ocean dragon, but conveniently for us, it's in range of ours. The ocean dragon and a corsair combined will be able to take it out. This does open up our corsair to be attacked by the enemies, but we need to get rid of the ocean dragon that they built. Once again, setting up a little wall to protect our capturers from the enemy social knight. Now that Gonzalez's base is pretty much unoccupied, we can go for the capture now. We do need to be careful, as Zephiel also has plans on capturing this base. While Zephiel's sending his units towards Gonzalez's base, Marcus is making a move on Zephiel's. This is very good for us, as we want the enemy to be fighting between themselves a lot. Makes it much easier to deal with them once we get to them ourselves. And with the turn order, Gonzalez build his units, only for a dragon and a knight to come and attack them. We get our power just in time. We've already got Gonzalez's base locked down, so we begin our move onto Zephyel's next. Our Ocean Dragons can't do a whole lot here, as the enemy units are quite resistant to their attacks. One of them will attack the sister on the HQ, so we can start our capture this turn. Gonzalez does get his power here, but it's a bit late for that. He's able to kill one of our units, but the wall around our HQ capping unit is still strong. Zephyel's also very nice here and attacks the paladin for us. That's Gonzalez down. We do have this troublesome dragon to deal with. Now, our ocean dragons don't do a whole lot of damage to the enemy's red dragon, but we're able to chip it down to the point where we can safely attack it with our corsairs. And because Zephyr loves to build armor knights, we'll start to make our fighters here. Also now got to consider the attack on Marcus's base as well. So we'll start to produce some corsairs. For some strange reason, the enemy mage of Marcus decides to move closer towards the enemy armor knight that Zephyr built. This is great for us, as the knight will go after the mage instead of one of our own units. Sadly, Marcus's little force around the HQ by Zephyr is about to be routed. They did a good job of weakening them up for us though. This knight we built earlier has captured the fort in the middle of the map. And we can also start producing corsairs from here as well. We definitely don't want to go in this turn, as Marcus has got his power. One of our ocean dragons is in position to start base blocking, but with the lack of fuel, I don't want to move it in too much further. Once we've got our power, we'll be able to refuel him. He'll still be able to contribute a bit towards the fight. With not much else to do this turn, due to the power from Marcus scaring us off for a turn, I'll just put this guy back to heal for a turn. Over by Marcus's base, some ocean dragons are fighting between themselves. Now we've chosen to kill the enemy's knight here for a good purpose. With that unit dying, the enemy will focus its attention north instead of moving units down south. This will leave the plains to the west of Marcus's base unguarded. Now it's time to get a hero out. We'll need one good strong unit to take on the enemy's HQ. Now I'll keep this guy trapped here, as I want to kill him for a power score later on. Same goes for the red knight at the top left. These ocean dragons have a bit more fuel than the other one, so we can move them into position. We've lured 2 of these units of Zephyrs out over the bridge. It's now time for us to get into position to take on Marcus's HQ. Zephyr's built another bishop. We'll weaken it here and finish it off. Now that we've got another ocean dragon in place, we can block off the reinforcements. At this point we just need fast units to get to the HQ. While we would prefer units like a fighter to take on all the Armor-Knights, they won't be able to reach in time. Good news for us is that Marcus and Zephiel keep insisting on fighting. Just being so far into the map, I decided to make a save here. I don't want to have to repeat all this again, should I make a mistake. Now I intentionally leave the enemy's bishop alive and focus on these other units. I do this to not only drain the enemy's money by forcing them to repair that unit, but by destroying the knight and the hunter, we'll force the enemy to build more of those. And those two types of units aren't going to do a whole lot in the upcoming battle. After attacking with our ocean dragons, we refueled them. The extra movement didn't really matter on the units below, as we're kind of stuck in a choke point. But the units up top will be able to make use of that. And we can now start pushing towards the HQ of Marcus. Just like we did before, we use these Corsairs to make a wall around our capturers. Now that Marcus has captured the properties at the top right, he's going to start sending units over towards our base. So we'll prepare a warm welcome for him, Valhalla style. Our Ocean Dragon at the top does get revealed, but we'll be using him as a distraction. We'll get one of the Corsairs to attack him instead of coming towards the HQ. We have bishops in place to intercept Marcus's forces. We just need to make sure they're secured, so we'll build a couple of units to prevent the enemy from running around and attacking them. Because Zephyr used his power last turn, it's a bit difficult to take on his units this turn. We don't want to be moving in anyway, as the enemy's built an Ocean Dragon, and we want that to move away from the base instead of defending it. There isn't really anywhere safe to send our units aside from behind these Ocean Dragons, so we'll just have to stay behind this choke point for one more turn. One last ocean dragon joins the fray, and the next turn we'll be able to make our move on the HQ. Over by our starting base, we're building a couple of cheap units. They'll be used to take on the enemy's forces attacking our HQ. By ramming cheaper units into one of the units like the enemy's paladin, we're able to combine them, which will help with our technique score later on. Now we're staying out of range of the enemy's ocean dragons here. Managed to bait the Corsair into attacking our Ocean Dragon. That's one less unit we have to deal with around the HQ. And with both bases, because we're able to stay out of range of the enemy's ocean dragons, they move away. This means it's time for us to make our move. Zephyr has built a red dragon. We can't really deal with this unit with the units we have. We'll need to make a path to the HQ and then protect the unit capping. This red dragon really didn't want to die. The enemy's Corsair can only attack from one space, which is to the right of the HQ, so we'll move our hero there later. Now that we've got our power, it's time for us to go in. We're able to start the capture this turn. So with this formation, we've secured all the tiles around the HQ. There is a path around the back, but dragons take additional movement penalties on shoals, so it's not able to actually reach the rogue on the HQ. This guy's still alive, but he's so weak he won't be able to do anything anymore. Now that we've started our HQ captures, we have to start thinking about our power score. Thankfully, the enemies willingly supplied us with many weakened units. Annoyingly, that Hunter is able to deal 1 damage to our capturer, delaying the cap by 1 turn. And we do take a few losses here. Somehow, even after attacking so many times, the enemy's red dragon is still alive. We must have had some terrible luck there. Now that we're set up to capture the HQ next turn, we'll weaken this dragon just to make sure no more units die. We'll make a retreat with these guys. With our pair score secured, it's time to finish off Marcus. I do see a bit of a weakness here, as 2 units could attack our paladin, so we'll make a strong wall with our sister. Zephyr does manage to get his power one last time, but we've already broken through his defences. I do believe we've already got the power score secured. And with Zephyr having his power up, we aren't going to be able to kill too many more units. We've already been going for about an hour, so I may as well just finish these ones off. Just doing one last check, and we're able to join these two together. And with that we have 71 units built and 7 losses. Our power and technique is secure, and with that it's time to go for the win. In game it took 20 days, and it sure felt like that in real life too.